Now I'll do it. Hello, this is the Food Scientist Podcast, episode number 162. Ultimate peanut butter lovers, Reese's, Oreo caramel creams, Cheez-Its Popcorn. Holy cow, it's off the hook.
Totally, yeah.
So we also get to find out what is in a Clark cup. And
I barely know what's in a Clark bar.
Right. And a smoothie butterscotch peanut butter cup. It's like a Reese's party, a peanut butter cup party, but you're like, about all of them.
But they invited the like distant relatives or like people who are kind of like them.
Right. Welcome to like the 300-person wedding when you're like everyone like on the family tree got an invite. They're there. The bride and groom don't recognize them, but grandma insisted they be there, so here they are.
Well, and you know what? Bottom line, as long as they brought a gift, who cares?
Right, as long as it's profitable. I'm not going to lie. I may have asked myself that question at points in my life. Will this guest be profitable?
Danny,
how much will be? Yeah.
Have you ever crashed a wedding where you didn't even bring a gift? You didn't even know the people. You just wanted free food?
It disturbs me that I have to think about this.
Because they're wandering around some hotel and you see a reception area full of food and people.
I have absolutely crashed parties like that. I once met Ernie Banks doing that outside of Wrigley Field. Like I saw a party.
Wait. Ernie Banks was doing that? Or you
no, Ernie Banks. Ernie Banks was at the party. No, it was like a Captain Morgan like invite only party, and I like outside of Wrigley Field before a game, and I'm mingling. I'm like, so what's going on here? And they're like, oh, we had this contest, and all of the winners. Would you like to? Like, it's just getting started, and so there's no one here. Would you like to come in? I'm like, heck yeah! Like booze, food. I got like all this Captain Morgan swag. I have one that says the Captain Morgan shirt. This says Captain the Sus on the back. Ernie Banks made an appearance. Oh yeah, it was a great party that I was absolutely not invited to, but talked my way into.
I want to get invited to a Captain Morgan party.
Oh, it was pretty sweet, yeah. Then they handed out tickets to everybody, but I already had tickets to the game, which was cool because then I had tickets to 2 sets of seats, and I'm like, let's see whose are better, mine or Captain Morgan's, and I sat in both.
At the same time. No.
Well, I went from one to the other. I had them. I had the tickets. Why wouldn't I? Wow, this is a great food podcast we have. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, good morning, Heather. Yeah, we're already off track. You can tell that we're recording earlier today. Like we're not right with the program.
We're not fully awake yet.
I forgot to grab coffee. Yeah.
You forgot to grab coffee? How do you forget to grab coffee?
I'm not usually awake at this time.
Okay. And Amy, that obviously was not directed at you at all.
I know, but before we pause for the real podcast, I just realized I need to open the door so my cat can go to her litter box if she needs to.
Okay.
Well,
Brian and I will. Brian, you've never
about something more appetizing than that.
Yeah, like what did you, finding free food? Like in college, were you good at that?
No, the closest thing is I had one of those week 1 coupon booklets, like different places in the area, and I learned the life lesson: don't buy quarter hot dogs from Quick Trip.
Really? I feel like that's something you would do today.
No, 1 case of food poisoning and you do not go back.
How much is the smallest amount of money you would pay for a hot dog?
What's the smallest amount of money?
Like you wouldn't pay 25 cents for a hot dog. Would you pay 50 cents for a hot? Would you eat a 50 cent
from a gas station hot dog? No, absolutely not. No.
What was $1?
No, like any gas station. No.
So basically, it's not so much about the fact that it was a 25 cent hot dog. So
no,
the fact it was a gas station hot dog.
No, because
so you would eat a 25 cent hot dog from a non-gas station source.
Oh yeah.
We would eat slot dogs if they were 25 cents.
Yeah. Right, that's what I'm saying. Like I was trying to figure out, like, how little will you pay? So it's not really about the.
No. It's the location. It's the gas station.
Okay, so we're gonna clarify that you can eat 25 cent hot dogs.
Absolutely. You know I would.
I know. That's why when you said the lesson you learned was don't eat 25 cent hot dogs, it kind of like messed up my world.
I said I learned a lesson. I didn't say I aced the course.
Okay. Because then I was thinking, was it wrong of me to have that 5-cent hot like when I was at Nathan's a couple months ago? And they're like, would you like to add a hot dog for 5 cents more?
For 5 cents at Nathan's?
Yeah.
Of course.
Like I figured out that like, don't even order a hot dog, order like chicken fingers and then have chicken fingers and a hot dog. Because 5 cents more, you get the hot dog with anything. Thrifty Thursday.
Okay.
Ready to do a podcast now?
Yeah.
My paws are up and ready.
All right, let's do a podcast.
This is the Food Scientist Podcast. I am your host, Amy Zajac. I am here with Brian Pierce.
Well, hello, Daniel Sussman and everyone else.
And Danny Sussman, yes, is here as well.
I am here and I appreciate throwback humor.
Well, I realized that last week you said hello to me, and I just thought I would return the favor.
I know exactly what you were doing. Yeah, it's a good callback to a week ago. And we're the kind of comedians that explain our jokes because they're that good.
Yes. We will have food news and experiences, and then we will go into it with some new Cheez-Its Popcorn. We have caramel cream Oreo candies and 3 kinds of peanut butter cups. One being the new Reese's Peanut Butter Lovers Peanut Butter Cup, and we're comparing them to a couple of things like some of us didn't know existed.
I didn't know they existed, and if I don't know peanut butter cups exist.
And how do we say the brand on the Oreo, the caramel Oreos?
I'm gonna say Goetze's.
Goetze's?
Yeah, it's Goetze apostrophe S.
These are all the rage on the Oreo Obsession Facebook group right now.
Oh, so these
Oreo
are
cookie
as
obsession.
well. I
don't know if they're new, but there's certainly the rage there. But they're at Dollar General, and they're all running to try them, and we'll have them here.
All right, cool. I'm looking forward to this episode. Maybe not everything will be stellar, but no Brian face. I'm hoping.
Yeah, you could jinx yourself.
I feel like the Cheez-Its. I feel like the Cheez-Its are a dark horse.
I don't feel like they can be terrible. They might not be good, but I feel like they will be. And the worst case scenario, they won't kill me.
I know this is probably going to cost me the Cheez-It sponsorship. I did drop one popcorn on the floor, and my dog sniffed it but did not eat it.
Okay, news time. And I suppose I can go first because this is kind of like, really?
And you're the host and you kind of decide.
Yep. Pillsbury just released a new Cinnamon Toast Crunch cinnamon roll. You know, those kind of rolls you can buy in the refrigerated aisle and then make yourself. And some people have compared the ingredients on this, and they are different than the regular cinnamon rolls from them. Though not like drastically different.
I'm assuming the difference is maybe in the crunch.
Could be.
Yeah, I thought maybe there were little bits of cereal in it. That's what I thought. I saw no evidence of that, but that was what I suspected. No?
Maybe it's more of a bready roll than a sweet roll, which would make it worse. I don't know.
It's just they're kicking the spice up, so maybe it's a tons more cinnamon or something.
Cinnamony?
I'm not going to try them. For those new, I'm allergic to cinnamon.
Yeah, we don't want you to die. We need someone to do the social media for this show.
Exactly. We need someone to do something other than showing up, and that's all you. So.
I mean, actually, I do like these things, but I can't eat them in quantity. So. Anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, it sounds like really they just amped up the amount of cinnamon.
It sounds like to me what they did is they went into Photoshop and they took out cinnamon roll and they replaced it with cinnamon toast crunch roll, and then took up space on the shelves. Not a bad idea, right? That's the Oreo theory.
I mean, we're doing lots with cereal nowadays. We just did the cereal remix. Well, we're not. Yeah. They're in general.
They did, yeah.
We've had all these cereal flavored things popping up in places.
So on this topic of remixes, I'm fascinated by potato chips that taste like things that aren't potato chips. Meat flavored potato chips. My gold standard is the long lost Larry the Cable Guy cheeseburger chip that you tasted all the flavors. So Lay's is coming out with 2 new flavors that are going to be limited edition. And they're Cheetos and Cool Ranch Doritos. So like Cheetos makes sense to me because we just had the Cheetos popcorn, right? They realized that if they could sprinkle Cheeto on popcorn, they could sprinkle Cheeto on potato chips, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we've had cheese potato chips. That's not new. So that one doesn't really fascinate me. Like, I'm interested. I love Cheetos. Like, I pretty much can guarantee you we'll have like Cheetos and Cheeto flavored potato chips and Cheeto flavored popcorn and decide which one is the best Cheeto.
It definitely is interesting to me to see how that will pan out.
My money is on the Cheeto. But the Cool Ranch Doritos, let's talk about that. Because I feel like this is going to answer a question that I don't want answered, which is how much of the flavor of a Dorito is just the powder and how much of it is the chip? Because if this Cool Ranch Dorito flavor potato chip tastes too much like a Dorito, what does that say about a Dorito?
Well, I don't think it's going to taste like a Dorito so much because Cool Ranch Doritos don't really taste like Doritos. They taste like a flavored corn chip with the shape of a Dorito.
But if they have the corn chip flavor in the potato chip,
I don't think they do.
Well, that's what we're going to find out, right?
They're saying there's Dorito flavor in there, so you never know. Right.
If this potato chip tastes like a corn chip, what does that say about the corn chip?
But Cool Ranch is not my favorite flavor of Dorito.
What is your favorite flavor of Dorito, Amy?
The original.
Right.
Yeah, I have the same answer. It's not my favorite. Yes, the original is my favorite as well.
I mean, I do like the Flaming Hot and the Taco flavor and some of the others. But Cool Ranch should be way down on the list, which is opposite of a lot of people. A lot of people love the Cool Ranch.
Do you know what my favorite Dorito flavor is?
What's that?
None.
None? Really?
None.
Huh.
None. The only good really memory I have of Doritos is when I was a child. We had like what in retrospect was the worst nachos ever. Where we would take like, the little bag of Doritos you get in your lunch. Take that, put it on a paper plate. Just take one slice of American cheese, put it over the top, microwave that thing to have like some cheap, quick nachos, which is surprisingly good, but also a terrifying snack, like with the gift of retrospect.
Yeah, well, a walking taco.
Yeah, I've had a walking taco.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
But that's better with Fritos.
For me, it could go either way.
It could go either way, but it's going to land on Fritos, Brian.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I do. I'm always right.
In his mind, he's always right.
This was my thought about the Cool Ranch Dorito Lays. Obviously you would think, why not just do regular Dorito as the flavor?
Right.
But
because
I feel like
break the stream.
Well, I feel like though that would, in their testing, they found that was too similar to a Dorito, but the texture was different and probably not as favorable. That's my thought.
That could be. But what also, again, what if the flavor was the same and the texture was better?
Or what if the flavor is just very similar to cheese flavored potato chips?
Right. Well, but cheese flavored potato chips, you're not ruining Cheetos. But I feel like if you get the Dorito flavored chip has an outside chance of being better than a Dorito, and you can't kill the mothership.
Yep. Because the texture between a Dorito and a potato chip is closer than the texture between a potato chip and a Cheeto.
Well, it depends on the potato chip, though, because if it's one of those thin, light, greasy Lays, that's very different texture from Dorito versus like
which is why they didn't do this with Ruffles.
Right. Yeah, if it was a Ruffles or a kettle cooked, it would be sturdier, thicker.
Yeah, and if they did it with Ruffles, then it absolutely would have a shot at being better than a Dorito. You'd be like, why would I ever eat a Dorito again? Also, in Europe, it's not Cool Ranch. In Europe, it's not called Cool Ranch. It's called Cool American. So these could be the Cool American chips.
I have a segue here. Speaking of Ruffles and their potentially evil twin, we don't know. We haven't done that, but Wavy Lays has a new flavor coming out as well. Loaded nachos. So Wavy Lays is getting into the game as well with their different flavors.
Do you think it's the Dorito with American cheese added?
The loaded nacho?
Yeah.
Do I think the Wavy Lays is a
It's the same as the Doritos I had when I was a kid. It's just Doritos with an American cheese slice. You think that's what they did too?
Oh, no, not for this. This is looking scary to me. I don't have an ingredient list, but it's looking like they have sour cream and peppers and different things on there. So I know that I will not like it. And yes, I'm sure we will have it on the show.
I do have a lot of potato chips lined up for us.
I know you do. I also have, I was worried I wasn't going to have news this week. I do have some fake news. News that doesn't exist, but I think it should. Okay, so you know how there are M&M cookies, right?
Yeah.
And you know how they have,
in my belly.
Yeah, and you know how they have M&Ms with different things in them?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't they have cookie dough M&Ms? Or better, cookie dough bites with M&M, like surrounding an M&M.
So put the M&M in the middle of something instead of something in the middle.
Either way, you could invert it. You could have an M&M filled with cookie dough, or you could have an M&M surrounded by cookie dough as a cookie dough bite. Those are my ideas. Take them.
I'm trying to think. The fudgy brownie wasn't far off from that.
True.
And we've seen the cookie M&M. We saw the sugar cookie.
Mm-hmm. So why not
based on my
cookie dough? So please take that idea and run with it.
I can always get on board with cookie dough things.
Well, I have no experiences, and this is my segue to experiences. You guys need to talk about experiences.
Well, I
feel like this week we might put experiences in quotes.
Yeah.
I mean, I've eaten food, but yeah.
My experience is about how I don't have an experience. Now,
gosh,
I apologize because there's a little backstory I have to share that isn't food related, but I'll try and make it quick. So I have an ATM card that has a chip where the chip started malfunctioning. So yesterday I decided I should just go to the bank over my lunch hour and get that replaced. They'll do it on the spot, no problem. So I go in, they cancel the card, cut it up and everything. And then they're like, oh no, our server is down. We can't print you a new card. And this is across all branches. So it'll be back up in an hour or two. So I figured, okay, no big deal. I'll come back.
This is why you don't wait till the last minute to study for the test, Mr. Pierce.
Have you met me?
Yeah.
Okay. People listening, go to YouTube. You will hear about my, how I learn and how I take tests. Yes. So I go back after work and they say, sorry, it's still down. It's still down, but in an hour or two, it should be up again. I'm like, okay, how late are you open? And they say 6. So I go back at 5, around 5 or close to that. The one entrance to get in, a car had a flat tire and I could not get in. And I knew I had to go in and I couldn't just go through one of the ATM lanes or something. So I'm like, okay, I have to pick up the food for this week's podcast episode. I will do that. I will go to Dairy Queen and have an experience because I didn't have an experience yet. I get to Dairy Queen. There are 2 windows open, 4 people in line. As soon as I get in line, they call someone up. So 3 people ahead of me. 20 minutes later, did not move one bit, and it wasn't looking promising. It's getting, close because I have to drive back to the bank. So I'm just like, I'm out. I can't do this. I'm starting to get annoyed by the bank and by this. I go back to the bank again right before they close. I wait in line. And they still tell me, no, sorry, it's not down. I know we told you that it would be up by the end of the day, but sorry, come back tomorrow. So I am not happy at this point. And I'm like, really? Okay, and I'm getting hangry now. And you both know what I'm like when I
feel like you're hangry, literally right now.
Yeah, I'm reliving it. It's like,
yeah.
I know.
It's like if I were an actor, this would be method acting right now.
But I know this is not acting.
So I'm thinking, I just need to eat something right now. I don't want to go home and make something. I just need to grab food right now and decompress. So I figure fast food places all around, but every place that I see in the area, cars lined up through the drive-thrus. And I'm like, I am not waiting again. I already waited at Dairy Queen. I wanted to get the rotisserie chicken bites and a Blizzard, make my own. And no.
But you're going to make your own rotisserie chicken bite Blizzard?
Yes, that was going to be my experience. No, not really. Okay, and I know what you're saying. You could You could just use an app and order something and not have to wait. No, I can't. My card has been canceled.
Actually, what I was saying is I no longer feel bad for any of my super long stories on this podcast.
Yeah, I know. I'm Dannying it up. Okay. So at that point, I'm like, okay, I am at the grocery store, like across the street from the grocery store. I'm going to go in, get a rotisserie chicken, and just start eating it in the car. They always have like dozens in there waiting. They were sold out of rotisserie chickens. So at this point, I am just hangry. And whenever you are any word that starts with H and ends with Y, you might not make good choices. So I was like,
please tell me you had the fried chicken. Please.
I bought a Swanson's fried chicken TV dinner.
Brian Pierce, you were in this store that you could have gone to the deli counter and gotten their fried chicken.
No, there was a line there. There were like
needed food now. Why did you?
Well, I don't want to say you're my food soulmate, but this has a happy ending because I knew you would get fried chicken.
Yeah, no,
that right there makes me happy.
See, I was in the mindset of chicken, right?
As I was going through this story, I knew in my head that how I would end the story would be fried chicken.
Yeah, it had been a long time since I'd had a TV dinner, like maybe decades, and you kind of forget how low quality that chicken is.
Yeah, I am. This is not that, but similar. So my other favorite Facebook group, the most wholesome corner.
Oh, the Food Scientist podcast group on Facebook.
Is the most wholesome.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed that.
Not the healthiest. The most wholesome is a group called Grocery Store Fanatics, and they're all about grocery stores. But there's a lot of talk there about grocery store fried chicken. Because every location has a slightly different method and recipe. Yes. And so there's a lot of tasting of that.
I've had a lot of grocery store fried chicken.
I have not.
They are different.
When I have had it, though, it has been when I was hangry.
Yes. See, those words that begin with H.
You know what? My food experience is weak. Have I told the story about my hangry fried chicken? I'll tell that story instead. Have I told it?
Yes.
Have you?
Well, Amy says. Tell it again. It's been a while. I'll tell you,
it's pretty.
I'll zone out. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, Amy's gonna do that. Yeah, it's fine. Amy's just gonna be a host that's asleep. So this is a number of years ago, right? I don't get fried chicken that often, but I love it. And the grocery store near me Mondays is their fried chicken day, when like it's cheaper. It was like $6 for like the 8-piece box, and I would never remember on a Monday that it was cheap fried chicken day, because me being me, it galls me the other 6 days of the week that I'm overpaying, because I know that on Monday it would have been cheaper.
I totally know what you're talking about.
Right? Like, I know that they think that pushes sales, but it actually discourages me, because I'm like, oh gosh, if this was yesterday, I would have saved $1. So now I'm going to spend $10 more on something else to save, because that pisses me off that I'm not saving $1. So there was a big snowstorm here in Minnesota. So I worked from home. Amy's got the popcorn. That's great. So I'm working at home, and I realize, right, that the snow's been basically plowed. I'm like, oh, it's Monday and I'm hungry. I'm going to go get that 8-piece box that I never remembered. The stars have aligned. So I go to the store, I get it. I'm driving home. I'm in the car. I have the fried chicken smell wafting over it. I'm getting hungry. I turn into the alley to my house. And when they plowed the alley, then they plowed the street. So it left like that big pile of snow at the entrance to the alley. My car gets stuck in it. Ooh. And I'm like backing up, trying to and I'm like just getting more and more mad. Like about like the world. Like I want to call people and scream at them. And I'm like, wait a second, I'm actually super hangry right now. Yeah. And I can smell the food. But sitting here, there's an 8-piece box of fried chicken right on the passenger seat.
Yes.
And so I sat in my car, stuck in a snowbank in my alley, and plowed through more of that fried chicken than I want to admit. And then I felt so much better that I was able to focus, and I got my car unstuck and I drove home. And I threw out a bag of bones before I went in.
Well, when you get that fresh fried chicken, you can't let it sit.
No, and you might like have to get your car unstuck from a snowbank with your greasy mitts all over your steering wheel and your gear shift lever, but at least you can focus.
And you never know. Maybe the bones could have been used for leverage to get you unstuck. You don't know. So you were.
I didn't even need to get out of the car. I was just able to like, okay, turn off traction control, like just reset of what I needed to do and get myself out. I could back up a little bit. Let's just get a good run through and plow through this thing.
You know, I did also buy the peanut butter party ice cream. And after I ate that, I felt better too last night.
Oh, that's good.
All right, should we move on to the actual
show? Should we move on to popcorn?
For people with no news and no experiences.
Yeah, we talked a lot.
Yep. We have a Cheez-It flavored popcorn, right?
Cheez-Its loaded popcorn in 2 flavors, cheddar and white cheddar, which I kind of wondered what the difference is, and obviously color.
Have you had the white cheddar Cheez-Its and the regular Cheez-Its before?
Nope.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the difference between, the cheddars, one is sharper than the other. The cheddar.
Right.
Which one's sharper?
Huge
the
difference.
regular cheddar.
I prefer the regular, but I'll eat them.
Yeah.
So which one are we eating first, Brian?
Let's start with the cheddar, the regular cheddar. Because I feel like this is just going to be cheese corn.
Yeah, it smells like cheese corn.
Yeah, I like cheese corn.
Tastes like cheese corn.
Now, is it my bag here, or is the texture a little different for popcorn?
It's a little softer.
Mm-hmm.
It's all of them are the round kernels. Like I've never seen popcorn that is universally the round pop.
Yeah, it's very puffy.
But I can't say, there after several pieces, I finally tasted more like Cheez-It than regular cheese corn.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a bland cheese corn.
But if you were going to say that this is Cheez-Its flavored corn and not like cheese corn, like they can get away with it. I can taste it. I can taste it.
But if you put this out in a bowl without the packaging, nobody would know.
Mm-mm. No one would be like, "Oh, hey, this tastes like Cheez-Its."
No, they'd be like, "What's up with your cheese popcorn?"
I'm moving on to the white cheddar, equally round.
Now, I can't say I'm extremely familiar with the white cheddar Cheez-Its.
I don't like these.
This one is different.
The white cheddar Cheez-Its taste better than these popcorn. There's like almost a bad flavor in there.
I feel like that's how it's supposed to taste.
Like stale cheese as opposed to.
Isn't that just white cheddar though? Because I feel like every time I've had white cheddar flavored something, that's the flavor I get.
It's got a little bit of feet in it.
Like the real cheese, but it's not
Both
stale.
of them together is not bad. Try them both together.
I'm gonna have some more of my Cheetos.
Now, yeah, the white cheddar, I don't like that at all.
No, it's not good at all.
I mean, it's not Brian face, but it's not happy face.
I'm actually quite happy with them eating both of them at the same time. Either one individually, I wouldn't want to like just plow
I'm with you. Mix them together, they're better.
They benefit from doing that. They almost should sell it as a mix and have them both together.
It's like having two. They cover each other's flaws, and you only taste the best of each of them.
Fair enough.
I know that they're not twins, but if you had to pick one,
I think I would go with the regular cheddar.
Is evil or the better one?
As the better as my pick to eat.
Yeah, that's an easy choice for me. The white cheddar is evil. It almost tastes rancid. It's not good.
I feel like the actual corn is the most evil part because I do like this shape of like the little popcorn brains. But I like when my popcorn has all the shapes.
It is interesting that there's very little husk or kernel in, which is unique. So I give them
there's some, but not much, like you said.
Corn variety they used.
Yeah, but Amy, compared to other popcorn.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And also, I agree. The evil one is the white cheddar.
I thought that misshaped one. They're not all round.
But that's a rarity, right? Where normally the round ones are the rarity.
Oh, Amy, you can't show that on YouTube. Look at that. There. That's a better angle right there. Okay.
We're family friendly here.
It's just popcorn, guys. I don't know what you're thinking about.
I think it looks like an appendage.
Like a pinky. Or something.
Yes, exactly, like a pinky.
Yeah. Should we move on to the caramel
pinky.
creams with Oreos?
So these are like those cream-filled caramels, the soft candies.
Betsy's, yeah. So it's caramel made with Oreo cookie pieces and filled with cream.
This is interesting. I'm very intrigued by these.
This is
Friends called the original ones squirrels. I don't know why.
So
I feel like this is peak Oreo.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's make a prediction now. Oreo or no Oreo?
I mean, it's definitely a Oreo, but I think it might be good.
I think it might be legit. We'll see. We'll see. If I'll want Morio, or if eating it will be a Choreo.
Oh, Brian.
Wow.
So these are like a little fudge.
they're
This is like a microcosm of Oreos.
And it makes perfect sense because the normal caramel creams like these look like that, but caramely.
Mhm.
I'm not tasting much Oreo, but I do like the candy.
I'm not tasting Oreo pieces.
I'm not either.
Oh yeah, they're supposed to have Oreo pieces.
Okay, so there is a very similar caramel with the white cream in it.
Mhm.
I guess I wasn't connecting that before that, but
Well, that's what I was saying.
yeah, no, like, and I know it wasn't connecting for me. But it's like a swirl, and this one is just in the middle. But it's very similar to that, just chocolate.
I don't know if I like this or not.
I gotta go Oreo here.
You know what? The thing is, this took a lot of chewing,
Mm-hmm.
but the more I chewed it, the more I got like the cookie flavor out of it.
I'm gonna try just the chocolate piece.
Well, I don't even know where the Oreo pieces would be.
Well,
So
that's
I
why
thought
I
it'd be-
find apart. I didn't find any chocolate pieces or Oreo pieces.
Yeah.
I think it's powder in the chocolate.
It's not even a strong chocolate flavor, but I do like it as a candy.
To give you an idea, Brian, when you read the ingredients, you know what ingredient number 1 is?
Wow, Oreo cookie pieces.
Mm-hmm. So I think
One more trying to find them.
that what they did is they took the Oreo cookies and ground them, like, and basically food processed them into flour.
They could have.
And so, like, that's not chocolate in there that's making it brown. That's the cookie pieces.
Probably.
You know, just like the caramel that are like this, though, I don't really dig the texture that much. It tastes fine, but the texture just doesn't do it for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It actually says on the wrapper too, right? Caramel creams bullseyes, because that is typically what those cream-filled caramels are. I'm conflicted about that. I'll say this. Are you going to throw yours out or are you going to eat the rest?
Oh, well, I'll eat them. Like, I mean,
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
but I would not buy
These
them.
caramel creams, even the regular ones, strangely addicting. Like you said, it's an odd texture.
Mm-hmm.
But after I have one, I'll have another, then I'll have another.
I mean, they're kind of like a fungus. They're growing on me.
Yeah, no, not me. They're not growing. But they're not.
Well, I didn't say it grows on me. I just find them addicting for some reason.
You know, it's one of those things. It's kind of the texture. If you like that texture, you would be very happy with this. It's not.
I think next week you're going to come back and say, I like those more than I thought I did originally.
We'll see. Well, after I eat a few, maybe. But yeah, I don't think that they should be calling it an Oreo product. That's definitely
Yeah, it
Oreo.
doesn't taste like
The
Oreo.
number 1 ingredient is Oreos. It has more Oreo than anything else, and yet undetectable.
They look good. They sound good. Every other sense is good except the taste part.
What do you think about all that cream? Actually,
Yeah, I don't like the cream either.
Oh, see, I do. I like the
Yeah.
soft, squishy,
No,
sweet.
that's the thing about
You
the
did-
bullseyes. It's just.
so it's too much cream. The ratio.
No, again, it's the texture.
Huh.
It's the texture of the caramel and it's the texture of the cream. the cream is better than the caramel. I mean, just it tastes like slightly.
The way that I kind of process this is this is how you decide if you love it or hate it, right? Because it's almost a two-part story. First, you get blasted with the cream, and it's a lot of Oreo-ish cream, but then it kind of dissolves and melts away, and then you get like a chocolate-ish caramel that you have to chew for 6 weeks.
Yeah,
and so if you're into that, which people are, yup. If you are not into that, nope.
Yeah, if you want to get blasted by cream, then chew for a while, go for it. That's,
Where's that popcorn, Amy?
Should we move on to...
I was going to say, should we move on to peanut butter cups?
Yeah, let's start with the newest one here, the Reese's Ultimate Peanut Butter Lovers Peanut Butter Cup.
So this is what? Like, this is a peanut butter flavored, like a white chocolate.
Yeah, well...
Peanut butter. It's a white chocolate outside that's been flavored like peanut butter and then filled with peanut butter.
I feel like they might call it peanut butter fudge. I don't think they definitively say on here, but like I said when we first announced this as news a while back, I'm not excited. My expectations are low. We'll see.
So yeah, it's a beige color.
Yeah, I just feel like the flavor, there isn't going to be enough contrast to make me say, wow.
Oh,
Well,
I'm excited for this.
To the wrapper.
That's actually not bad. I like this a lot more than I thought I would.
When I had it, I was like, oh, Brian's about to eat his words.
And the peanut butter cup.
This is really good.
Now,
I don't know if it's really good. It just tastes like a mouthful of Reese's peanut butter, which if you love that, you'll love this.
Is it better than the chocolate? No. Is it good? Is it a close second? Yeah.
If you're into a peanut butter cup for the peanut butter, this is for you. If you're into it because you love the way that peanut butter and chocolate come together and make some magic, not so much.
That's why this is the peanut butter lover's cup and not the chocolate lover's cup.
Right. Although I think the chocolate lover's cup would just be a chocolate bar.
Well, no, it would be
no peanut butter.
It would be like a Three Musketeers, but with chocolate in the middle instead of whatever that is.
It wouldn't be a peanut butter cup. That's for sure.
Yeah. I recommend trying these if you like Reese's, which I don't know why you would if you don't like Reese's, but.
Can we go to I want to save the Clark bar because I have a lot of questions about that one. I want to go to the smoothie. No, I want to go to the smoothie one first.
I'm in my happy place though right now eating.
I've never heard of this, by the way.
So we have Boyer. So we can try to see the other two that we have are both from Boyer. There's the Butterscotch smoothie and the Clark cup. And I have I actually did research on the Clark cup, so I was very curious. But let's do this one first.
The smoothie, the Butterscotch smoothie?
Yeah.
Oh, we could have done the evil twin with this here, it looks like. Well, no, maybe not, because it's not peanut butter, it's butterscotch.
It's butterscotch,
yeah.
Right? Because I was looking to see, could we do an evil twin? And this is a butterscotch.
Lumpy. There must be.
It is very bumpy.
Pieces in it. It smells like butterscotch.
Oh, that's interesting. It tastes like butterscotch.
Whoa.
That must be, is it butterscotch chips that give it texture?
Yeah.
It might be I think it's weird that they call it a smoothie because it's not smooth. This is really buttery.
It is, well, it's butterscotchy. There's not enough peanut butter in it for me.
Yeah, there's only a hint of peanut butter in the flavor as you eat it.
I really like what's going on in this.
But if you like butterscotch, you're going to like these. I usually don't mix butterscotch and peanut butter outside of like Monster cookies or something, but it's pretty good.
It reminds me of some of the Reese's seasonal products where the chocolate overpowers the peanut butter and you get the ratio is way off. I feel like the ratio on these, there's way more butterscotch flavor than peanut butter. It's not bad. It's just, it's not what I'm looking for in a peanut butter cup. It's not you, it's me.
So let's talk about the Clark cups.
No, tell me, please.
How did these come to be?
What is a Clark bar, first of all?
Yeah, what's in a normal Clark bar?
So that's actually how these got their origin. So what happened is that Boyer bought Clark Bar, and a Clark Bar is kind of like a Butterfinger. It's like a peanut butter spun taffy core. Originally actually had a caramel center, but it doesn't, but it's coated in chocolate. So it actually technically was the first American combination candy bar to be nationally successful, but it's very similar to like a Butterfinger. So what happened is Boyer bought Clark bars. They bought the rights to them. They bought all of the machinery to make them, and they moved them to their factory, but they weren't coming out right. The shape was coming out wrong. So they kept producing them, but somehow when the machine got set up, and they're like, what do we do with all of these misformed Clark bars? We don't want to sell them as Clark bars and have them be this different when we start production. So their engineers were like, what if we grind them up and put them into peanut butter cups?
Okay.
And they did that. And people were like, oh my God, this is amazing. And they actually brought back the cups before they got the Clark bars because they just kept making them and spinning them up.
I mean, these are big cups. I mean, if you told me that Dolly Parton owned this company, I would believe it.
Oh, Dolly. Yeah, this is a good size. And also a really textured top. Both of these Boyer ones, when you look at the top of them, they're not even, right? It's not flat. There's these look like
they're lumpy.
These look more like they're obviously not handmade, but they look more handmade than like the industrial Reese's, like that uniform.
And they don't stick to the wrapper.
Okay. All right. This is an experience here.
Oh, there's a lot more chocolate than I thought.
There's chocolate and peanut butter and like the Butterfinger crunch.
It's a very textured peanut butter cup because you get what a Clark bar, but like a Butterfinger ground up in it. But not even ground up finely, just like crushed a little bit.
Now, Butterfinger cups did exist at one time.
But I do not remember them being this thick, this chunky.
This is kind of a lot for me.
It's a lot to process.
Because like the Butterfinger, it sticks in your teeth and you get that full experience. Plus, I will say this. This is the chocolate lovers. There's a lot of chocolate in this. But there's also a lot of the peanut butter and Butterfinger. It's just like, it's kind of amped up.
The chocolate
its size,
was a lot of
it was
chocolate.
a boxer, it punches above its weight.
Yeah, like I said, these are huge cups. Okay, there are 3 of them. So maybe.
Oh, wait, Brian, do you like the Clark one?
Let's find out as we play FMK, Frolic with Every Kill. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the wrapper or whatever the peanut butter cups were on. There's something special. It looks like it's a throwback coupon or something.
Oh yeah, there's a prize catalog. Look at that.
Anyway, I think I know what I want to do with these.
What do you want to do with these, Brian?
You're going to be surprised by this.
Will I?
I'm going to marry the Reese's Ultimate Peanut Butter Lovers.
When does the surprise start?
Yeah. Oh, that doesn't surprise you?
No.
Oh. Yeah, it was really good. Better than I expected. Does it make me want a regular Reese's? Yes. But am I like disappointed? Only a little. So it really lives up to the Reese's name, and that was good. And I would be happy with that. If God forbid, Danny, help me out. What's the poo-poo? What do you do? The poo-poo-poo to ward off the evil spirits?
Why would I know this?
It's a Jewish tradition thing. It's a.
Oh, that's I just wear a garlic necklace.
Anyway, okay, I'll buy one after the show. Yeah, if Reese's went away and this replaced them, that would be a shame. But I could live. I wouldn't have to throw myself, into the ocean. Which is
would
good.
You have to for one of these others?
What's that?
Would one of these others make you throw yourself into the ocean?
Yeah, if that's all that existed for peanut butter cups, I think it would. I would just not want to live in that world. So yeah, marriage there. I am going to kill the Clark peanut butter cup because that was busy right there. That had a lot going on. That was not a peanut butter cup. it was a Clark bar in round form with a little bit of extra, peanut butter
Yep.
texture in there. It didn't live up to its name. It was unique. I give them that. It was not bad, but Danny, like you said, it gets stuck in your teeth like a Butterfingers. It just didn't have a lot going for it. It stuck around longer than it needed to.
I don't want to spoil mine, Brian, but like all of the reasons you're giving are the reasons I want to frolic with it.
Well, it's kind of like house guests are like fish. After 3 days, it begins to stink. I feel like after eating this and trying to get it out of my teeth and being unsuccessful, it's going to be boring. It's going to be like dead fish. So I'm going to frolic with the butterscotch smoothie. That was also unique, and I like butterscotch. It also was not enough of a peanut butter cup for me, but it was definitely worth getting in there and having my way with it. Like I said when we were eating it, didn't love it. It wasn't them, it was me. So that's the reason why it's going to be a one night frolic.
Sure. Do you want to go, Amy?
Sure. It's going to be pretty quick because strangely, I agree with Brian.
What? Why is that? I have good reasonings.
You see, I'm killing the Clark cups. There's way too much chocolate in the ratio. For me, it's not about the texture and everything else. I actually kind of like that. And I don't mind it getting stuck in my teeth, but way too much chocolate for a peanut butter cup. And I really like butterscotch. So
I'm getting so mad right now. But go ahead.
So the butterscotch one, I'll frolic with, but if I really want a peanut butter cup, there's still not enough peanut butter flavor in it. It's good if it was just general candy. This one might be more closer to marriage, but right now it's not. It's a frolic. I might frolic with it often. And I'm marrying the ultimate peanut butter lovers peanut butter cup because I really do like the taste of Reese's peanut butter. Back when they sold it in jars, and they still might, I used to buy it. So it works for me.
I'm going to start with this. For the people watching us on YouTube, you'll notice that Brian is currently snacking on the Clark cup that he wants to murder.
I said I wanted to kill it. I didn't say that I was dead.
You were going to eat it first, or kill it then eat it. It's very nice. I'm killing the Hershey, not the Reese's. I'm killing the Reese's Ultimate Peanut Butter Cup. That thing is boring and one-dimensional. I'm coming after you both. That thing is boring.
Okay. Now,
and one-dimensional.
I respect that logic because I've said that about many things, but
right.
I don't know why I was taken aback by that. I'm taken aback right now. So
yeah,
I'll be fine.
I told you I was angry. I'm coming for you both.
Oof.
So your beloved, you married a boring one-dimensional peanut butter cup.
Young man, a Reese's is never boring.
That one is.
I can't. No, I'm just
you no response.
I don't know what I'm going to say. If I'm not quiet, I don't know what's coming out of my mouth right now.
Well, okay. Well, I'm going to tell you what's coming out of mine. I'm frolicking with the Clark cup for all the reasons Brian said. That thing was a lot of everything. It was over the top. That thing was wild, right? Like I was like, oh, you just look like a plain old peanut butter cup, but maybe a little bigger. But it had a lot of chocolate stuck in my teeth. It was crunchy. It was sweet. It had everything going on. After 3 days, it stunk like fish, and I wanted to get rid of it. But let me tell you something. That was a good time. And Brian, have you eaten all 6 peanut butter cups in front of you?
I'm going to answer that question with the question: were there 6 peanut butter cups in front of me?
Yeah, but I just wanted to know.
Of course, I ate them all.
Okay, so the Clark was the last one. I was just curious. Yeah. Okay. So that frolic, that's a solid frolic. You know what? I had a good time. And you know what? I would do it again, but probably like after a few months had gone by. And I am going to marry the butterscotch smoothie peanut butter cup. That thing was good. That thing was unexpected. That thing was exotic. It was in a You know what? You know what this was? This is a very plain wrapper. When someone walked by, if you just saw this sitting on the shelf, you'd be like, oh, it's attractive. It's not the prettiest thing. It's not ugly. It's just, it looks okay. But then once this got there, you were like, wow, this is something special. This isn't like all of the other things. This isn't like one dimension of a regular peanut butter cup without all of the other contrast and things that make it interesting. This had a lot going on that made it interesting and surprising and exotic. And you know what?
Exotic. Since when is butterscotch exotic?
It is when it says peanut butter cup and it tastes like butterscotch.
Peanut butterscotch.
Yeah, but it was though, right? Like, what other candy tastes like this one?
None.
Exactly. That's what makes it exotic.
I think both that and the Clark peanut butter cup would fare much better if they were a different, like if it were a candy bar or like just a little, like a sampler candy. I think that they would be better because they're just not peanut butter cups to me.
I bet this, if you took either one of these, took them out of their kind of subpar marketing wrappers, put them on a platter and said, here, I want you to try this, people would say they are far better than what they expected from their packaging.
I think if you made them like discs instead of peanut butter cups, that would be a lot. That would be a first step towards improvement.
I dare say, if these said Reese's on them, you would love them.
Whoa, no. I do not.
If they said Reese's butterscotch cup, you would be in on it. You'd be trotting down the aisle with it, arm in arm, being like, "Look at me in my special peanut butter cup."
You don't know me, okay? Because I've had 6 peanut butter cups right now. I'm feisty.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm saying is that just because it's Reese's does not make it good. In fact, Reese's would make it worse because my expectations would be higher.
Thanks for listening, everybody. This has been the Food Scientist Podcast.
The last episode ever. Have a great week, everyone.
Yeah, now I really want fried chicken too. Listen to the beginning if you don't get that.
Also, if you started listening to the podcast in the middle, whoa, that's a weird way to listen to a podcast. Thanks, bye, everyone. Well, that was a roller coaster.
That's funny, and thank you two for being here with us as well. Because sometimes people will make YouTube videos, and when they're editing them together, they'll be like, "If you're just joining, it's like who starts and then jumps to the middle of a YouTube video."
I mean, I kind of would with ours if you just want to see our tasting.
Well, that's that's actually a good point. For us, there might just be one top. I don't know why you wouldn't want to watch a whole of us.
I don't know either.
Yeah, but maybe there's just one thing that they're really invested in.
Huh.
Maybe they really only care about the Oreo caramels and they just zoom ahead.
Maybe. Well, thank you, everyone on YouTube. We appreciate you all spending your morning with us, or a chunk of it.
Yeah, our schedule made us do this early, so you never know what you're going to get from us when we
might be a little punchy.
We might just nap in the middle of it. You never know.
I maybe should have.
This tired, like I'm very tired today.
We maybe should have had my coffee. That way, I would have had some energy for the finish.
Yeah, maybe then you would. Your taste buds would be awake to properly FMK.
Maybe.
Shots fired back.
Good times. Well, thank you, YouTube.
Yes, have a great week, everyone. Soon. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Bye. And the YouTube stream is done.